Well, I want to welcome you to Center for World Religions Diplomacy and Conflict Resolution at George Mason. It's we do work on citizen diplomacy and religious peacemaking on a global scale. We have a particular concentration in the Middle East and in Muslim countries. We have been working for a number of years, and we have a highly entrepreneurial team that involves Muslims, Christians, Jews, people who are more religious, people who are less religious, but we're all committed to the power of peace building through creative use of citizen diplomacy and coalition building on the ground. We have creative projects that we've done for 7 years in Syria and in Palestine and Israel and presently in Afghanistan. We have a particular interest in citizen diplomacy seminars, and we've run very successful seminars in Syria and in Israel, Palestine, and also in other regions of the world. We're very happy to welcome the new class of the School of Conflict Analysis and Resolution.
Well, we study about conflict a lot in our classes. I mean, really, SCAR's undergraduate program is focused on the theoretical more than the practical. So the fact that we're given opportunities to actually go to a conflict area really makes a big difference. I felt that for me, I was able to kind of put what I learned in theories on the field and also create and adapt my own ideas and my own theories and my own conclusions while I was at the conflict area and bring it back to my classrooms.
So I was delighted to hear that a group of students from the US are coming to Israel and Palestine to see what's going on the ground and how people actually try to create peace. And also that it is significantly important that people who are learning about conflict resolution and conflict analysis to come to conflict zone and really engage, get out of the class, out of the theories, and see how it look on the ground. And I think the impact on our friends, both Palestinians and Israelis, were a mix of emotions and excitement, because you have students that are hopefully will benefit the world in the skills of conflict resolution and analysis, but they're coming into conflict zone and really seeing how people from both sides trying to better their lives, trying to create bridges, trying to create space for dialogue, is taking all these class and theories into something very real and that you can touch and see. Because now when they're in class and they're learning, they have these experiences that they can relate it to.
The hospitality was just so amazing in Georgia. We went to a country knowing that the people were in conflict with each other, but even though they were in conflict, you couldn't really tell when they were dealing with us as Americans. They were so open, so warm, so inviting. Everywhere we went, they were opening their homes to us, they were opening their organizations to us. We got the opportunity to speak to women who had been a part of the refugee or IDP camps, and it was just amazing that even though they were in conflict, they were still very joyous about life. And even though they knew their view of the conflict, they didn't try to force their opinions. They really talked from their own experiences instead of trying to force us to believe something that may or may not have been true.
Having taken a reflective practice course in the master's program, being in the field is a lot different. While you can try and simulate the experience of the field and the chaos of the actual conflict environment in a classroom setting, nothing can really reproduce the field experience the same way as actually being there, actually seeing it, actually have to interact with real people, with real stories, and real lives, and then going back and reflecting on that and seeing how your presence, your experience, your interactions with them really affected not only them but you, and then how that would change for the next day and the next interactions you have. So there's no substitute for real field experience, especially when you're dealing with topics such as reflective